Hi, this is Francis Sideco with TIRIAS Research. I'm here today with Amer from, is it Lucihub?
Lucihub.
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 Really interesting new startup, actually based here in Vegas.
Yep.
They have an AR-powered platform that we'll go into, but first, Amer, maybe you can introduce yourself and the company.
Sure. My name's Amer Tadayon. I'm the founder of Lucihub. Company started back in May of last year, I think May 9th of last year. So we're about a year and a half, almost a year and a half old. We have 20 employees, and we are an AI-powered video production platform that helps accelerate video production for mostly enterprises, actually.
Okay, yeah, let's talk a little bit about that video production platform. Like, what kinds of customers do you guys have, and what do they typically do with the platform?
Yeah, so the idea was, you'll shoot a bunch of content. You'll have a production company actually come and shoot a bunch of content for you, and then they disappear. And by the time you get the finished product, it's irrelevant or the topic's outdated. We always say, get your content before the hype dies, right? And so the genesis of this was to create quick turn, high value production. But the way we do it is it's kind of a hybrid. We have our clients actually film content on smartphones, and then we do everything with our platform and our team on the back end. And we can turn stuff around as quickly as 2 hours. So this trade show is a great example. You might be covering the trade show. You might need to get something out to press, right? Our team could literally, you'll be uploading on it from your phone. Our team will be collecting that content, stitching it together and sending it back to you right away. And that's actually where part of the AI does come in, right? So our big thing is speed, and AI in the back end helps us do that. Now we use professional editors to actually do the work, but it's accelerated significantly. And when we first started this, we were at about 4 hours in edit. We're down to about 90 minutes in edit now, and depending on the workflow, we can actually do it in less than 30 minutes. So, and we're just working on iterating that. Our goal by this time next year is to be able to do a professional edit in less than 20 minutes.
Awesome. So let's talk a little bit about the AI parts of that, because I assume that's what's really driving those, those lengths of time getting smaller and smaller. So what are the AI things that you guys are doing?
So there are many levels, and actually we're just hitting the tip of the iceberg with that piece of it. Surprisingly, what's really helped us even more than we expected was the workflow and the process. The process and the workflow we've built has made it so if you know production, you know that selects and assembly are like the hard part, right, or the time-consuming part. But we can actually streamline that, and we're adding a bunch more in the back. There's two places we have AI. In the back end for the developer or the editors, and then we just announced at this show Butterfly, Lucihub Butterfly, which is actually an assistant creative director using the Azure AI framework to do everything from script creation to shot list creation to storyboard creation.
So, and most of your clients, are these videos meant to be shorts, like going up into YouTube or social media, or is it meant to be kind of longer kind of pieces?
Great question. So when we started, we thought it was going to be 4 to 5 minute videos. On average, most of our clients are asking 60 seconds or less. And I'll give you kind of the sweet spot. Our clients are primarily agencies, Fortune 1000, departments like corporate communication, education and training, or marketing, right? So we get used for social media sizzles all the time. Like that's the one thing they'll go, and our platform, you could take multiple people with their smartphones, they'll all film content, push it into the cloud, and we'll take care of it, almost like a multicam edit, right? But then we've got education and training videos. Those are high volume videos, and to go to traditional production we have one client, they need to do 200 videos this year for education and training. To take those to a professional production house is going to be cost prohibitive. With us, they could do it for under $1,000 per video. So it's kind of all over the place, but our sweet spot is testimonials, interviews, trade shows, and sizzles.
Awesome. So when you do the production and the output, are you helping the clients with kind of the intros and the outros and everything around that, or did the clients have to provide that to you and then you stitch it together?
So great question. So both really, but what they'll do to start a project, you'll go into the platform, you'll set up a project. You'll take your what it's going to be, how long you want it to be, when you want production, or when you're going to start production, when you want post to begin, right? Edit to begin. You select your orientation, and we actually have the Lucicam app. So let's say you're filming in 16:9, and let's say Ali over here is going to also film with you in 16:9. You set that project to 16:9. You both go into the app for that project, It's going to sync your, it's going to lock frame rates, it's going to lock resolution and your orientation. So if you actually turn the phone to 9:16, it won't let you film because that particular project was set up for 16:9, right? So you'll do all that. Then you'll select your music, and it's royalty-free music, right? Then you'll put up all your production notes. And we've had some people just write one sentence. We've had people put entire script notes and boards and everything in there, right? And then we also take all of your corporate guidelines, right? Your fonts, your style guide, all of that, right? So it's
Yeah,
going
like
to match,
logos and everything
it's
else.
going to match
Okay.
everything.
Okay.
And if you have opens and closes, you upload all that, and then our edit team knows that this particular client, this is their style guide, these are the brand guidelines, this is what we have to use. So let's say you're doing an interview series on us, and we're doing this edit for you. We would basically have your style guide. So the lower thirds that you would have on us would be your colors, your style, your font, everything.
Awesome. So let's. You mentioned the app. Let's talk about that
Yeah.
actually. So when you're capturing the video, do you do it through the app or just through the normal,
You can do
the
both. You
phone
can do both.
camera?
You can capture through the app, which has some safety bars in there for you, or you can actually capture regularly and upload. We actually have three forms of upload. The app, you have a link that you could share with people, and we have a QR code. We started in the wedding and events business, so we would put QR codes up like this one, and people would scan. They would film their content, scan the QR code, and upload it, and we would basically do all this user-generated, crowdsourced video content for weddings, for example, right?
Okay.
What we found was that there was actually a greater need for this in enterprise than there was for weddings, and they need it. Like they're turning around. We have clients that are literally going to do 200-300 videos in 1 year, right? So
Cool. So if somebody did want to engage with you guys, what's the best way? Obviously, download the app, but is there a
no, go to
website they got to go to?
lucihub.com. Yeah,
Okay.
lucihub.com. Request a demo. We'll walk you through everything. We'll walk you through. Prior to Butterfly, we were able to set up production and post production. Now we can go all the way from concept to completion. So if you have an idea, pull up Butterfly and see I've got an idea. You can actually create a not just a script, but if you wanted to do like a treatment first, right? You could do a treatment. You could create the script, and then if you had to sell the idea internally, for example, we had one client who said, we need access to this because we need to sell this idea, and the storyboards of how we're going to sell it, right? So you can literally go and create a script, a shot list, and a storyboard, and then push it in. And there's a lot more coming. Azure AI has a ton of things coming up every week or every month, so we're going to be adding a lot more to it. One of the coolest features of the two integrations, though, are the shot lists. So you can create a shot list, and then what you'll be able to do is go into a Lucihub project, and let's say you and I are filming that project together, and you could split that shot list up and say, okay, Amer, you're going to take these 20 shots, I'm going to take these 20 shots. It'll actually push it into the mobile app. So when you log into the mobile app and you select the project, it'll have your shot list there. So you actually have a list of everything you need to capture, and it'll let you know that you haven't finished all your shots if you haven't finished all the shots. So we're doing everything we can to coach the filmer to do their best job, so we get as good a content as we can out of it. And it's kind of like software, right? It's garbage in, garbage out. And we do everything we can to get them where we need them to get to. Now, the phone, as you know, does 80% of the work, right? It's got image stabilization, it's got autofocus, it's got all of that. So we also set up the Lucihub Academy. And what that does is it's a series of short videos to teach you how to actually become a better filmer on the phone. We have one on the gimbal, for example. We have one using a lavalier mic on your phone. We have one on using a ring light. We have one on just framing shots, setting up an interview. How far do you want to be back? All of that. So we've really done as much as we can to democratize professional video production.
Oh, that's great. Now, one of the things you mentioned about the app was multiple people, maybe.
Yeah.
So there seems to be like a collaboration aspect to it.
Yeah.
So you obviously you create the project, but how do you then make sure that your collaborators are able to access it from their devices?
Yeah. So what you do is, if they're in the system, let's look at enterprise, right? If they're actually part of your organization and they download the app, they'll automatically be synced to that project.
Okay.
If they're not, you can send them a link, or you can use a QR code, and we use a web view to create an upload vehicle, basically.
Are you able to get? Each project is probably different, but are you able to give our viewers a sense of kind of what the pricing is like, or how much this costs to engage with you guys?
Yeah, so it's an annual subscription, and our subscriptions start at about 28,000 and go up, and that I think that's about 30 videos a year, all the way up to hundreds.
Okay,
So
awesome, perfect. Well, thanks so much. Nice to meet you.
yeah,
And
thanks for the
looking
time.
forward to hearing more, especially all the AI stuff that's coming down the pipe.
Yeah, appreciate it. Stay tuned. We'll have more every quarter.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
Thank you.